Hello. In this video we're going to be talking about Thomas Hobbes, including who Thomas Hobbes is. But first, I'm going to introduce the question that we're going to be considering in this part of the class, which is, what government is best? So we're going to look at three different answers to this question. First, we're going to look at the answer, monarchy is best. And this is by Thomas Hobbes. That's what we're looking at this week. Then we're going to look at the answer that democracy is best, as presented by John Locke. This will be later this week. And then next week, we're going to look at the answer that communism and non-alienated labor is best. And this is by Karl Marx. So, when we're asking the question, what government is best, what we mean by what kind of government falls on two different sorts of spectrums. There's the spectrum between free enterprise and state economic control, and then there's another spectrum between democracy and dictatorship. So, depending on where you fall along these two spectrums, you come up with different kinds of governments, and there's basically a limitless combination of different kinds of possibilities. So, communism is a state economic control with a dictatorship. Fascism is modified capitalism with a dictatorship. Democracy is a political democracy with capitalism. And democratic socialism is democracy with a modified government-controlled economy. All right? Okay. So that is a little bit of background that's helpful when asking the question, what government is best? Now we're going to move on to who Thomas Hobbes is. So, as I said, Hobbes answers the question, what government is best, with the answer that monarchy is best. So, here's Thomas. He was born in 1588, and he died in 1679. If you are very quick with math, you'll recognize that that means he was 91 years old when he died, which is amazing for the 15 and 1600s. He lived so long that he effectively had 3 different careers. He's also kind of an interesting looking fellow. Oops. Here's another picture of him. This is presumably when he was younger. He had a lot more hair in this picture. And here he is, I'm guessing near the end of his life, when he was very, very old. So, just to fit Thomas Hobbes in with some of the other figures that we've looked at, St. Anselm lived from 1033 to 1109. Here's Hobbes, 1588 to 1651. Pascal came after Hobbes, 1623 to 1662. And Paley came after this, from 1743 to 1805. An important thing to keep in mind when you're reading Hobbes is that his arguments are best understood against the backdrop of the English Civil War. The English Civil War took place between 1642 and 1651, and this had both a tremendous impact on Hobbes and his writing, as well as on England. And he, in effect, sees himself and his country existing in the conditions that he's going to be describing in the next video. He's going to describe what humans are like when they have no power over them, and it's a very negative description, and this follows from his experience during the English Civil War. Now, Hobbes is best known for his work Leviathan, that was published in 1651, and the excerpts that we're reading for this week are from this book.